Yo, people, Esther Wang here. It's been a year since I moved to Canada. When you say that out loud, it still feels so surreal and unbelievable. And I just cannot believe that I've been living in Canada for a year. It's true. For those who might not know, I'm Chinese, and before I moved to Canada, I spent many years back in Macau and Hong Kong. So it's absolutely been a life-changing moment, a life-changing decision for me to make the huge move here in North America. So today I'm gonna talk about a couple of things that I find very shocking or mind-blowing or very different from where I came from. So without further ado, let's get into it. First, let's talk about small talk. It's not just about the small talk, it's about this human interaction, and it's about how people are treating each other. When you walk on the street, it's very normal to say hi to everybody, any stranger. It seems like everyone knows everyone, literally. I'm not exaggerating. This is quite different from Asian culture or from where I came from. So in my home country, it is really weird, or it's kind of scary when you talk to someone that you don't know. People would feel like, what? You're saying hello to me? I don't know you. Who are you? That would scare people off. But here, like when you go to your supermarket, when you are on the subway, when you go to the bank, like any place with anybody, you can just say hi to them and people would hi back, and you can continue the conversation if you will. Like when you are waiting for the lights, when you are waiting for the elevator, and then you can strike up a conversation with them. I always say this, sometimes you don't even know if they are friends or they just met, because like there's no difference between if you're talking to a friend or if you're talking to a stranger. People are so nice, so friendly, and so lovely. I remember there was one time when I first got here last year, I was looking for directions, and I was asking at the subway station, I was asking someone to show me how I can get to the place that I wanted to go to. And then he showed me on my map, and then he told me you can take subway and line 2 and 2 which stop, and then go to the blah blah blah. And then I thanked him, and then I went. And then after a couple minutes, when I turned back, that guy was still waiting for me. He was still standing there, and he was just watching me to see if I got to the right place. I was so moved, to be honest, because it was like I had to say probably like 200 meters away, and he was still waiting for me on the street just to make sure that I was on the right track. I wanted to cry. And now since I've been here for a while and I'm kind of used to it, so I know this is how people are like here. So I wouldn't still make such a big deal out of it, but I wouldn't take it for granted. I would always keep in mind that people here are so nice, so friendly, so honest, so just so kind. And also I really love it when you are like buying something at a grocery store, or when you are going to a bank and people would just call you, hey darling, hey honey, what can I help you, hey babe. I just feel that quite cute, and I just love it. It goes to show that people have so much love and people are so friendly. And people here say have a great day, have a nice day, have a good night, have a great night, a lot here. Like anytime to anybody. When you buy something, you can say that to the cashier, you can say that to the gas guy, you can say that to the delivery guy, to anybody, and also in the email. But in my home country, I don't think we have something like that. There was one time, it was back in the winter. Oh, by the way, winter here is too crazy. It's too cold. It's averagely, I'd say minus 30 degree Celsius something. It's too cold. And there was one time I went to run some errands. It was early in the morning. I met an old lady in the elevator, and we started talking. We were talking about the weather and how cold it is, and she said I was not wearing warm enough, and she asked me if it was my first year, so I said yes, and we kind of joked, we laughed, and then we said goodbye, and we went our own way. I just after the conversation, I feel like that was the best way to start your day off. I felt so warm inside, and she just made my day. Like I was in a good mood the whole day because I felt the love from people. I felt the friendly manners from people. Next, let's talk about how people here are straightforward. It's very easy for people here to say no, to reject somebody. But in Asian culture or in my home country, we have a thing which is like it's not good or it's hard to say no to someone else. But people here, they don't give a fuck. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. They just say it. There is something that's quite interesting. There's a white guy who's into me, and he's cute, he's funny. I'm just staying friends with him. But there was one time that I needed a white guy to do a video with me for some work. So I invited him, and he was like, hey Esther, look, I like you so much, but social media or video thing is not my thing. I just don't feel like doing it. So even though I like you so much, I still have to say no. And absolutely, I took it quite well, and I know it's very normal for people to say no to someone else, and absolutely there's no hard feelings, and I'm still so close to him. I'm still friends with him. But in Asia, in my culture, like, oh, you're into me and you want to go on a date with me and I'm asking a favor and you're saying no to me, oh, that's totally messed up, and probably I'll stop being friends with you. But that's in Asia. In here, I just love it so much how people are being straightforward and how people are, we can say anything. We don't hide our feelings. Here it's just so easy to put everything on the table. People here are just making things a lot more easier and a lot more transparent. So I like it. This is also something that I've learned from Western friends, Western culture. I'm so used to it. I just love it so much. Next, I want to talk about holidays and weekends. Here in Canada, if I am off work, don't try to find me for any work-related stuff. Well, not me personally, because I'm a workaholic and I'm still working on my days off voluntarily. But for most Canadians, for the local people, don't even think about talking about some work on holidays or on weekends. Most of them don't reply to your messages, don't reply to your emails, and sometimes they don't even pick up your calls because it's illegal to work on weekends or on their days off. People here just go for a vacation, they spend time with their family, they drive to somewhere else to have a picnic, to go camping. But in China, like a lot of my Chinese friends have been keeping telling me that they're still overworking on Saturday, on Sunday, and no extra money. They just cannot say no to their boss. If they say no to their boss, then they're gonna get in trouble. I know that's unfair and that's pretty fucked up, but that's just how it works there. I'm getting a little cold, so let me put on some sweater. Alright, let's keep talking. Next, let's talk about relationships. First, I want to start off with Asia. In Asia, boys and girls are more paranoid, and they get pissed off over very little things, very detailed things. For example, they would go through your phone to check who you're talking with or to check who your contacts are, to see if you are cheating on them. People would get pissed off if you forget their birthdays, if you forget the important holidays, anniversaries. I have a couple of friends, a boy and a girl, and every time they go to the gym together, and every time the girl would get pissed off if the guy checks on other girls. So it's always like this. They go to the gym happily and then they come back on a fight, on a huge fight, just because the guy said that, oh, that girl is hot, or just because the guy checked on that girl, and then this girl would flip out. But people here, they are way more open about it. They're way more they don't care about the details. Like, for example, I'm with a couple and the guy can hug me in front of his girlfriend because it's normal to hug. It's part of the culture. And also, when we say goodbye, the guy can say, oh, love you, I miss you, stuff like this. But if in Asia, if you're doing this in front of your girlfriend or boyfriend, if you are hugging someone else, some other girl, in front of me, you're dead. You're totally dead. People here like to post pictures with their friend, but just the two of them. For example, a guy likes to post pictures with another girl, and his girlfriend is totally fine with it. She wouldn't get mad. But in Asia, try it. That's absolutely off the limits. If you post something like that with someone else alone, who's not your girlfriend. Alright, so I've already showered, and when I was showering, it just hit me that there are still a couple things that I want to touch on, so I will continue rambling. Next, I want to talk about tax. In Canada and also in the States, you have to pay tax for everything. Food, clothes, mobile phone, TV, anything, you name it, any commodity. As far as what I know, for now, only milk and only eggs, you don't need to pay tax. The tax is 13%, it is fixed. So let's say, for example, you go into a burger place and you want to buy a burger, and it says on the menu $7. And you have to add 13% of tax automatically, so it'll come up to probably $8 or $9. So I always joke that don't believe everything on the menu or on the price tag, because you have to add a tax. For example, the other day I went to buy this phone case, and on the price tag it says 25, and then when I went to the counter to pay, I forgot that it would charge the tax, so 25 and 1.13, and then it charged me 28.25. So that's the ultimate price. A little bit expensive, because in China, a phone case like this quality, is only like $3, $4, and very good quality. Next, let's move on to tap water. People here drink tap water. This is something that I did not expect, and I did not know also, because in China we drink boiled water. You have to boil the water until 100 degrees. And here, I remember the first time when I went to a friend's place, and he was very hospitable, he was very nice, and he gave me a bottle of water, and he just filled up the water with the tap water, and I was shocked. At the beginning, I didn't know that if I should drink or not, and then I saw that he was drinking it. I was like, okay, so people here are drinking tap water. Alright, so I think I probably shouldn't say some stupid stuff like this, because I know it's very, very normal, and it's too normal. It's not even a thing, but for me, it wasn't a thing for me, but now I'm used to it, so I think I'll just cut back on dumb stuff like this. Next, let's talk about crazy people. I have to admit that there's tons of crazy people in Toronto, especially in downtown. When you walk in downtown, you can come across people shouting, screaming, talking to themselves very loudly. At the beginning, it was very scary, but you'll get used to it. They wouldn't hurt you, so just to make sure you don't get close to them. Just be careful, don't talk to them, leave them alone. I was told that most of these people are being like this because of weed, because they're getting high, or they just want to vent, they just want to express their feelings. Oh, by the way, people here smoke weed a lot. They smoke weed like they're smoking cigarettes. Or some of them are not really like mentally ill, are not really crazy, insane. They just want to blow off some steam. They just want to, like, they're talking very loudly. They're talking to themselves. They just want to express, I guess. Lastly, I want to touch a little bit on low efficiency. People here are slow, are really, really slow. This sometimes pisses me off. Well, not sometimes, all the times. For example, when you're in a restaurant and when you're waiting for your takeaway, and people are packing up for you. They chit chat, they laugh, and they're packing up for you. It really takes a long time to wait for your order and to wait for everything. I don't blame them. I think it's just the lifestyle here. People here are chill, are laid back. They're like, why the hustle? Why the rush? why are you in a rush? Just chill and enjoy the life. I mean, that's their lifestyle, that's their attitude, and I think that's great. But still, sometimes it is annoying, especially when you want to make a call. Yeah, that's a thing. When you want to make a call, when you want to talk to the specialist, or you want to talk to the customer service, they always put you on hold. It's so hard. It's so difficult to get through with a phone call. I just cannot think of the thing. Just thinking of it pisses me off. Last week I went to the Apple store to fix something with my phone, and I spent a whole afternoon plus night there at the store. I got there 2 p.m. and I left until 9:30 until they closed the door, because they were just so slow and they didn't even help me fix the thing. So to be honest, I was a little bit pissed off. I was a little upset when I left the building, because I spent the whole afternoon and the night in that store. So when I got out of the building, I was a little dizzy and I couldn't find the subway station. So I was standing there, I was looking around trying to find the subway station, and then there was a lady coming up to me, and she was offering me help. She was like, hey, do you need help? Are you lost? Do you want me to help you? And then she told me where the subway station was, and then she even took me to the subway station. Again, things like this always touch my heart, and I feel so grateful. All of a sudden I turn into a great mood, so I'm like, what's not to be happy about? Like, people here are so nice, so friendly. This is a great country, this is a great place. So lastly, I want to say, even though Toronto has so many crazy people, insane people, even though people are so slow, are so laid back, even though Toronto is not as clean as I thought it would be, even though there's too much weed, which I hate the most. I really hate the smell of weed. Still, this is a great place. It doesn't affect your love of this country at all. And I'm so grateful to be spending the rest of my life here. And I want to end this video on, if there's 10 things in life that piss you off, North America has 100 reasons to make you happy right away. Life couldn't be better, and life is now. It's Esther Wang here. See you next time.